Etsy sellers, welcome back to my channel, and this is a question that's asked all the time. Why has my Etsy store got no traffic? And you'll go scratching around on Reddit and YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, trying to find answers to this question. Look, stop. Just spend the next few minutes with me in this video. I'm going to break down the top 5 reasons why your Etsy store has no traffic, increasing in terms of damage as we go up from 5 to 1. All of these are showstoppers, traffic killers, and we're going to go from 5 to 1. And I want you to think about how many of these things you do. And if you do any of them, you've got to change it, right? You've got to fix the problem. So let's go through from 5 to 1. All of these are traffic killers. As we go up, it just gets more and more serious. The damage gets more severe. Let's go with number 5 first of all. And literally hundreds of thousands of sellers do this, okay? You are repeating the same product over and over again. Okay, so you're repeating the same product with just a different design over and over again, not different versions of a product. So let's just say you've got a chopping board, right? You'll literally just print on demand the chopping board with this with different designs on it. It's exactly the same chopping board over and over again, right? There's no product variation, right? I see POD ornament shops. It's just the same ornament with the same mock-up over and over and over again. It's so weak. No one is interested in buying this stuff. You've got to be different, right? Repeating products, the same thing over and over again. It's just going to kill your traffic and kill your sales. You've got to come up with unique products, unique ideas. That's number 5. It's a traffic killer. Let's get on to number 4. This literally is everywhere on Etsy. It doesn't matter if you're POD, digital, truly handmade, you know, this is a big traffic killer. Done to death designs. You know, done to death designs. If I see another POD Mama Bear hoodie, t-shirt or sweatshirt, I'm just going to pull my hair out. How in 2026 are we still putting this dross, this low effort stuff into Etsy and expecting anything but failure? Done to death designs, right? If you're doing your research, and you should be doing your research, and you go and look at the marketplace for designs, if you keep seeing this stuff like Mama Bear, right, which has been around for 4 years, 5 years now, it's done, it's finished. Don't even bother. Don't be average. Don't just chuck stuff up that everyone's been doing for years, and there's hundreds of thousands of sellers doing those designs. This will just immediately kill your traffic because you don't have what the sellers who are already selling these designs or products have, and that is visibility, because they've made the sales. They're a COVID store. They've been around 5 years. Everyone was making money in COVID, right? Easy time to make money on Etsy. Not now. Done to death designs. Please don't do it. Be better. Think of ways to be different. Bring something fresh to the marketplace. Otherwise, you'll get no traffic. This is why you're getting no traffic. Seriously, these are the points. Let's get to number 3. We're getting really serious now. Number 3. Huge one. Your products aren't good enough. They're just simply not good enough. So, if it's POD or digital, your designs aren't good enough. Literally, I do 300 audits a month on Etsy stores, and I just see this over and over again. Just average or well below average designs, bad color choices, bad design, poor elements that don't work together. Or products handmade. So jewelry is a huge culprit here. The amount of jewelry sellers that I speak to and I see on Etsy where the jewelry is just rubbish, it's just not good enough. And what's really strange, and this is something I've learned over the last 10 years of being an Etsy consultant, is there's a disconnect with sellers. Listen to this. The sellers don't realize the product's not good enough. They actually think it's good enough. And this is the bit that blows my mind. I know I've been doing my job a long time and I know I've helped a lot of people, but jewelry is an example. Sometimes the jewelry is so bad in terms of the actual jewelry, and then it's photographed so poorly, it's just never ever going to sell. And I think to myself, have you looked, just spent 1 minute in the Etsy search bar and just typed jewelry to see what your competition is doing, right? Something that there was a statement made by lots of sellers in the old Etsy forum. I mean, I can't even use the new Etsy forum. It's garbage. I hate it. Just hate the whole experience. But something that used to come up from Etsy sellers in the old forum was, I'm not looking at my competition. I'm just concentrating on what I do. No, that's the biggest failure you could ever commit. You have to look at your competition and you have to say, is my product good enough? Are my designs good enough? Am I competing here? And sellers think they are when they're not. And that's the bit that really, really confuses me. And when I switch the light on for people and say, this is why your designs aren't good enough. Bad color choices, bad assets, bad elements, doesn't work together, poor font choices. You know, or jewelry, the designs are just garbage. They're way too big, garish colors. Looks like stuff, you know, just almost like someone's just sat there and thrown a load of bits together and said, there you go, buy that. You're never going to sell anything, right? Product's not good enough. This is tough. You've got to do some soul searching here and be strong enough and brave enough to admit that your products aren't good enough. And the answer usually comes from looking at the marketplace to help you have that realization. This is a positive, knowing your stuff isn't good enough, because then you can fix it. If you don't know, you're never going to fix it. And so many sellers believe their stuff is good enough when it's so far from being good enough. It's ridiculous. Let's get to number two. Number two. Now we're into the really big leagues. Okay? Poor photography. Right? Countless people, sellers on Etsy, are just wasting time trying to drive social media traffic. It just blows my mind. And their shops are ridiculously poor photography. So bad. Dull, dark, washed out images, products cut off, sunlight, shadows. You know, some of you might think, oh, Nick, I've heard you say this before. Well, how many times are you going to hear me say this stuff before you do something about it? These are the problems. This is the damage. Well, look, we're getting right to the top now. You've got to look at your photography and just say, is it too dark? Is it washed out? Are the products cut off? Is there sunlight in the shot? Is there shadow in the shot? Are there too many props? Is there any context? Is there connection to the customer being generated here? Or do I have several faults? This is massive. I can't remember the last time I looked at anybody's shop and thought, yeah, that photography is really, really good. It's so rare. And this is one of the easiest wins you can do. Yes, it's hard to take the photos, but it's not hard to learn what's needed. Okay? It's not hard to learn what's needed. Product front and center, well lit, even light. Don't cut the product off. Don't have it too far. Don't have it too close, right? Give the customer the detail of the product. They can't hold it. So put the product virtually as close to being in their hand as you can. That's how you do decent product photography. This kills traffic on most Etsy stores that have trouble. Number 2. And number 1, you know what it is. Do I even have to write it? Scream at the monitor what number 1 is. I must have said it a million times. I've said it a million times, but so many of you don't actually listen. It is not enough listings, okay? You can't expect to make decent sales with 10, 15, 20, 30 listings. Okay, the odd shops here and there do it. There's always reasons for that. Amazing designs, massive social media presence. There's always a reason, okay? But generally, not enough listings is the number 1 problem for Etsy sellers, because Etsy stores out there will have double, triple, quadruple the numbers of listings you have, and they will do it better. They take the traffic, they take the sales. You can't hope to compete with all these problems and only having 10, 20, 30, 40 listings. It's not enough. So do what you can. And I know some of you can't get there, but try to get to 100 listings. Try, just get as far as you can. Even if it takes you a year, even if it takes you 2 years, you stand a much better chance of success because you have more ways to be found and more possible products that customers might want to buy from you. Okay, I hope this is sinking in. All of these are traffic killers. Think about how many of these you do and see if you can make some changes. And as always, if you want to work with me, don't wait, don't guess. Seriously, don't wait and guess. Why are you doing that? Talk to me. The Book In Now button's coming up to book a one-to-one free Zoom discovery call with me so that I can talk to you about how in paid consultations, mentoring, or my academy, how I can help you build a successful Etsy business. I look forward to catching you in the comments and catching you in the consultations. Cheers.